this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
No.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. Septum Sin versus the world. 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 I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching Septum Sen versus the World. I'm Septum Sen. I'm here with Kotobuki Jake.
Hey.
And we're here to show you what we got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
So we got some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to try and move through. We got a big video to film this week that you've already seen. Because it's going to be up, it's going to be up Monday. So yeah, you've seen it already. If you haven't, definitely see it because it talks about the future of the channel. But we'll start us off here. And this is something I found at a 7-Eleven for $5. Brand new.
Oh, wow.
It's a Chuck Norris collection. I had one of these, but was so badly scratched. This one actually does list it as new. So, and it still has the security tape on it. I've wanted Missing in Action 2, and technically the loose sequel, Delta Force, for a while. They are classic action films, and it's good to finally get them back in the collection
Let
again.
me see something real quick. I'm trying to remind myself of something. I thought Delta Force had, what's his face in it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it have what's his face? You know, that guy that was in that movie last year. Never mind. I was thinking, Billy Drago, I think is the name I was trying to think of. But didn't he do a Chuck Norris movie? Whatever.
Potentially.
I don't know. Anyway, I saw some Tremors this week, and that's why I was wondering. So, I'm going to lead off. I have a theme this week, and my theme is sales. It is that time of year. Sales. Specifically, two particular sales. The first being Criterion. So, first movie I have is one that, both of them are from the 70s. They're both films that I've been needing to see for a long time, that I know by reputation, that I know are supposed to be really good. They are both... They feature a very impressive cast. This one was an Oscar winner that, if I remember correctly, was the progenitor of one of the most infamous moments in Oscar history. Because I believe this was the moment where this particular actress decided to go big-time political at the Oscars. Now I'm talking about the Jane Fonda starring film Clute, which also stars Donald Sutherland as Clute.
I swear I have a regular
This is an Alan J. Pakula film, I believe. 1971. Basically, it is, I believe she plays a, they call her an independent woman and escort, is how they word it here. And Sutherland, I think, plays a detective who's trying to, basically, I don't know an extraordinary amount about this. I've never seen it, but I know it by reputation. I know it by reputation because of that Oscar moment. And this was the movie, I think, that turned a quarter of the people in this country against Jane Fonda for all eternity. But also, a lot of people probably were like, yay, so I guess it balanced out. and they're both awesome. They're both very talented actors. So
Cool.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Okay, so this one is from a Sentai sale back in the past, and that is Heaven's Lost Memo in the Heaven's Memo Pad.
I still need to watch my copy.
I mean, again, it's cheap. We previewed it. It seemed like it was okay.
I think that was one that had a double length first episode, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was good. It was a good episode.
it's like and you got this person here who is a NEET and a shut-in, and she's got all this technology and they solve mysteries or something. I can't remember much more about it, but it looks interesting.
So, I'm not 100% sure. I couldn't really make a joke about this one that I could think of, but all the rest of mine fit perfectly with the theme of the video, of the aforementioned video about the channel, because according to what we've been hearing the last couple of weeks, all of these are for kids. All of them, by definition, without, no. So this one is a film that is well known, based on a very well known book that's very popular, but the book and the movie are both popular in the sense of that reputation of many children were scarred for life by these. They're, even though it's about cute fluffy bunnies. So this is one I really would need to see, again, from the late 70s, and I'm talking about the film Watership Down,
Yeah.
which, because it's animated, it's automatically for
Oh,
kids.
it's gotta be for kids.
And, animated and about fluffy bunnies.
Oh, yeah.
But 1978, based on the book, Richard Adams' book, features such very wonderful cast. John Hurt, Denholm Elliott, Richard Briers, a bunch of folks. One of the only 2 animated films in the Criterion Collection. So, they apparently thought it was worth adults giving a look at it. You know this one better than I do. Is this for kids?
Yes. Obviously for kids. Show your 5-year-olds, see what they think.
Oh, jeez. Okay, there are a few movies that have a greater reputation for making you wonder about going on in your life than this one.
Well, I mean, there was another one in that vein about dogs, the plague dogs, which was also very disturbing.
But I do want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, it's an essential.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
So my next one is a classic film of comedy. Christopher Lloyd is in it. And I'm talking about the film Camp Nowhere. I got this for $1.
Wow.
I had to get it. It was on the Kino sale back
Did I
in
see
there,
that?
and it was for $1. I have not
Okay.
seen this, but it's supposed to be a classic.
I feel like I did.
And I love Christopher Lloyd,
Yeah.
so I'm always willing to check it out. I mean, shoot.
Emmett Walsh is in it?
I liked Christopher Lloyd when he was in the Tremors TV series.
He's in the series?
Yes, he has a guest part on several episodes of the Tremors
Nice.
series. Yeah. It's really sad that series didn't get anywhere.
I was just thinking, though, he has had bad luck with good TV series that went nowhere. Like, he plays Arthur's boss in The Tick, and The Tick lasted, 8 episodes?
Yeah.
Didn't even last that before it was canned. Anyway, next up, we're going to switch gears and go to the current Right Stuff sale, which there's a lot of fun stuff on that. So far, they've had relatively few earth-shattering discounts, but they've had a lot of, oh god, I gotta go for this discounts. And one of them, you will see a theme here. The rest of these all fit one particular theme, and that is they are Funimation titles. And this one is one that I'm very curious about. It's probably the one I'm least familiar with of the bunch, but I like the title. I'm curious. It looks fun. And this is called "And You Thought There Was Never a Girl Online." And this comes, you got the nice art box,
Yeah.
and then there's a separate box that comes with it. And I haven't opened it yet, but it's probably art cards. That's usually how they do that. But it's rare that it gets a whole separate box.
There's that's one thing I will admit they have. They have a lot of the limited sets for around
20
$30-ish.
bucks. 20 bucks. That's not bad for one of these sets. Yeah.
I already have it, but in the standard release. But still.
Actually, I think you have all of these. So this is like we said last week. He had the really badass one, and I'm very envious. This week I have badass stuff, but he already owns almost all of it. So
I've got one thing that I consider somewhat badass in here. Even though Chuck Norris beats everything.
So true. So true.
This is another anime that I got off of a Sentai sale, which is The Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat. Have you presented this one already? I know you've got it. Had it.
I don't know. I wanted to get it, but I honestly can't remember if I did.
So again, the premise sounds interesting.
It's a fun title.
But again, it's like Koto is a complete and total pervert, but he doesn't think that's a problem. What bothers him is that every time he tries to bluff his way through one of his indiscretions, his inability to drop his emotionless facade inevitably digs him in deeper. Tsukiko has an issue and wants to get rid of her childish habit of blurting out whatever she happens to be thinking. When they learn about a statue of a cat that can take away a single personality trait that you want to get rid of, they're both eager to try it. However, what neither of them realizes until it's too late is that the cat doesn't take the personality trait away, it gives it to somebody else. Now Koto can't keep himself from saying exactly what's on his mind, and Tsukiko has picked up a complete inability to display emotions. So, it's an interesting premise.
Interesting, yeah. All right. So another one that has an interesting premise that I know we've discussed on this channel because I know we presented some of the sequel series. Can't remember if we've talked about the original series. But this is one that I'm very curious about. And again, I love picking up my limited edition sets, and this was another $20 pickup. Couldn't pass it up. Actually, almost everything tonight is $20 pickups. It's interesting. And it's only part of the franchise, but it's the first critical starting piece of the series, Danganronpa.
Oh, I have that set.
Yeah. So, like I said, that's kind of a fun, get ready for a killer year. School is in session for murder. Yes. So we talked a little bit about this one. This is basically a messed up series.
Monokuma.
Yes, Monokuma is, we couldn't find, oh yeah, here we go. There's a picture of Monokuma right there. See, he's a cute little bear that looks totally evil in this particular picture. So obviously he's for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. This series, from what I understand, is an excellent poster child for why the idea that animation is for kids is bullshit.
Also a relatively fun video game.
Yeah.
Also
So
probably
I've
not for
heard.
kids. Alright, this one's a fairly big one. And this is one that I just finished watching today, so I brought it back.
Ah.
And that is the Tremors 6-movie collection.
That's kind of a cool set.
It is a cool set. I mean... Oh, well, actually, step back to it. I like this. This set has the Tremor from the 6 movies cover. Of course, City of Perfection on the back. This is a Walmart exclusive, believe it or not. So you've got the last 2 Tremors movies are on single discs. And then Tremors 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 are on single discs. I really like the first 4 Tremors movies, and I really enjoyed the TV series. The 5th and 6th movie were okay. But overall, this is fun. I like this set. It's fairly solid. I mean, that's pretty solid for a
Well, yeah.
hefty one, really. I guess
not
with all
bad.
those discs in it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
This is just a cool buy. It was $30, but to me, worth it just getting this on Steelbook. I mean, you pay $30 for one on a Steelbooks these days, so you know.
Well, for Tremors, I paid, nothing for 5 of them?
Yeah. On DVD.
And I have watched 4 of them, and they're fun.
They are fun.
They're fun movies. And we had a very, very lengthy discussion about Tremors on Movies Galore, but it was fun. We enjoyed it. So check it out. So my next one is another one that is definitely and plainly not for kids. This is one that I really am curious about. I've heard good things. I've heard I think you said it was a good one. I've definitely been very, very curious about it. And that is a series called Shimoneta, A Boring World Where the Concept of Dirty Jokes Doesn't Exist.
It's an interesting one.
this
Really
is a
goes all out.
And this one's a little different from some of these sets. It's got the basic disc here, and then it has a box called the SOX Recruitment Box. And it's got a lot of stuff in it. I can hear it shaking around in there. But it's interesting. But my understanding of this is basically, it's a world where they basically don't allow dirty jokes. And you have this sort of rebel faction trying to bring it back. It looks fun. It does.
My next one is a classic. And I've had it for a while, I just haven't been able to show it yet. And that is His and Her Circumstances. Which is a classic, I believe, romantic comedy, if I remember correctly. I don't know much about this series, other than it's one that people have talked about, and it's been around for a while. And it was something that I need to have in my collection. So I'm kind of glad to have it in my collection. I got it for pretty cheap when I got it. I think I paid $10 for it.
I don't remember if I've gotten that one yet, but I need to.
Sure, this is a Nozomi product. It feels pretty solid for something like that. It must have a lot of discs in it. I mean,
if it's Nozomi, it's probably
5
going to
discs.
be on the sale.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. All right. And for was that your last, I guess?
Yeah, that's
okay.
3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So for my last, I also saved one that's supposed to be a sort of a romance of sorts, and this breaks my $20 theme. This was $23.
Woo!
But this was a huge discount. I'm so happy I didn't get it when it came out, because I saved. This is I think a quarter of what the retail price was, and that is the Kami-sama Kiss Goddess Edition.
It disappeared off of the sale too.
Yeah, well, they probably ran out at that price.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a nice big art box here. It's got the DVD and Blu-ray, and then the box full of goodies.
Yeah, I'm envious. That's when
yeah.
Funimation put out really high quality set.
They have only done a few of these really fancy ones, but they do every now and then. But yeah, like I said, I saw that. I was envious of his set for a while, but I was like, I ain't paying that much for it. 23? Yeah, I'll pay that much. Actually, this is very similar to how Sentai does theirs. And it kind of makes me wish Funimation would do more of these, because I like these kind of sets. But anyway.
Well, I guess that's it.
Okay.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Click like, share, and subscribe, and of course comment the things that you picked up this week. We always enjoy hearing that and checking out what you have to say. Any case, I guess we'll see you on the next one.